Good morning, fellas. Hope you guys are up and at 'em. Man, I tell you what, we got a great day in store for us. You guys should already be on the Band app, reviewing information and figuring out what's next on the agenda, so we get the rest of the day going pretty smoothly. So yesterday was perfect. A lot of good things out there. I know there's things you guys got to acclimatize and get used to, on top of which getting used to wearing a football helmet and get back out in pads. But we want to go over a couple things today. Specifically, I want to go over the Band app, make sure you guys understand how to use it. So here we go. Here's the Band app. All right, you guys have that. Okay, this is the Cavaliers football. This is the main Band app. This is the one that your parents are on, okay? Over here to the right, this is the group chat. Right here is upcoming events. So I'm obviously looking at this from my computer. It may look different than what you guys see it from your app on your phone, and that's okay. But you need to learn how to navigate this, because if it's on the phone, I know that down here at the bottom, you're going to have the little icons that represent the chat, that represents the calendar and things like that. But it's all on here. So just as you would have down at the bottom a little square icon that represents the actual calendar, here is the calendar on the computer. It says events, and has it all on here. A lot of guys have asked, what am I supposed to be wearing, or where am I supposed to be? What time does the school open? Well, look, here's the 15th. I click on that, and there it is. The Fieldhouse classroom starts 4:30. Fieldhouse opens at 3:30. All right. Now, with that, some guys have said, what am I supposed to be wearing? Well, yesterday I sent videos out that were sent out 2 to 3 times before that went over what you should be ready for the first day of practice, and that was introductory. In that video, I outlined the acclimatization days, 5 acclimatization days, which means that Monday and Tuesday we're in helmets. All right, and that means Wednesday, Thursday we're in helmets, Friday, Saturday, and Monday we're in helmet shoulder pads, and then we are then from that point forward in full gear. So pay attention, man. When I say, you have to understand, when 10 or 15 people have not listened to what's going on, or watched what's going on, or read what's going on, I get those messages back to me. Those coaches get those messages back to me. Okay, we have to continue to move on, and you guys need to know what's going on and be up to date with things. It's not anyone else's responsibility but yours. Now, if I don't put the information out there, you can't find it, then that's on me, and I'll own that. All right, but you guys got to start taking responsibility to stay up on your stuff. Also on here, if you look down here, we've got members and everything else. Here, the post, that's the main page. You're going to see things pop up. There's a video from yesterday. All right, but also I have, obviously, if I click on this, I'm going to have a lot of band groups because I'm on all the bands. I'm on everybody's group. But if I went to the Trench Dogs, for example, all right, Trench Dogs is going to have information that's a little different than maybe some of the others. They're certainly got more different information of what's on the regular Band app, because we don't want parents and stuff to be inundated with information that they don't necessarily need. Again, here's the group chat. You guys can see that today I've dropped in there things that they need to know. I've dropped in, just in every other group, who are the players in that position group. Here's the chat for the Trench Dogs. And so you guys can see that in the chat, I've dropped in their information today. Here's the script for today. Again, that's a PDF. If I click on that, all right, that's going to open up, and now you've got access to the PDF. Okay, open file. All right, there it is. That tells you exactly what the script is for today. It's pretty simple, right? So that's the Band app. Okay, now from the Band app, you can get connected to anybody in our program that's on the Band app, and everybody should be. So what does that mean? If you need equipment, if you have an issue with your equipment, I'm going to tell you the truth. Listen to me carefully. You should have not left the field house on Tuesday night having equipment that you weren't comfortable in, having pants that were too big or too small. You were told to try them on. You were told to have the helmet on. Coaches took time. There was 2 coaches in there, 2 kids at a time, wanted to make sure you were fitted out correctly. You should not have issues with this stuff. Some of the feelings you guys are going through is the fact you haven't had a helmet on for a year. Some of you guys, first time having a helmet. It's not always going to be comfortable as you guys get used to it. Imagine when it's hot, your head's going to swell a little bit, the pads are going to feel tighter. We can put air in, we can take air out. Okay, face masks, things like that. This is stuff you shouldn't be worrying about right now. We should focus on getting out there and getting things done. We will get the other stuff taken care of, okay? You just need to know that if you have an equipment issue, a real issue, you need to go to Mr. Valentin. You can message him in this, find out when he's going to be there or when he needs you to report to him, so that way you can get that stuff taken care of. Not a regular coach. Coach Valentin is the guy. Why not me or another coach? Because that is Coach Valentin's world. He has it all locked out. He's got a plan, and we don't want to have too many hands in his stuff. He knows where it's at. He knows what to do, and I don't want to take the time to put you in a helmet that may not fit because he's going to check it out. Hope that makes sense. In addition to that, equipment, stuff you need to wear. I can't believe I'm reminding you guys this stuff because this was covered many times. All right, we are wearing practice jerseys when we get to practice. If you don't have one, you need to get one. If you have one and you forget it, you're out of uniform. That stuff stops today. I'm telling the coaches and put them on notice that if you don't have the things you're supposed to have today, then you will be penalized. It's a matter of caring enough, guys, making sure that you have everything checked and in order before you come. When you come and you don't have something, that's where your mind is, rather than focusing on what you got to do when you get on that field. So I need you guys to come ready to go. Have the stuff packed out the morning of or the night before. You should already right now in your bag have regular shoes. Come in your Crocs or slippers or freaking whatever you wear that's more comfortable with your feet, okay? But regular shoes in case for some reason we're in the weight room or in the school, all right? But you will not be walking in cleats in the school. In the weight room, not necessary. The cleats are for when you go out in the field. You don't want to be in the cleats any more than necessary because we want those things to breathe, air out. So the moisture that goes into the cleats when you're running in them from sweat and stuff the night before, it gets a chance to dry out. Okay? That's what's got to happen. Helmets, take care of them, keep them clean. Work on those straps, have them ready to go. Get your mouthpiece attached to your helmet. Have that thing locked out. All right? Your notepad. If I see people, I might just pull you out of the room. I'm sorry, I might just pull you out of the room if I don't see you with a pencil and a notebook. There is no need for you guys to have a piece of paper because you know what happens when you have a couple pieces of paper from a friend you borrowed? Those things get discarded and left in the trash. Take heed to what you need every day. Please be mindful of that. Read what's in the daggone information I sent out to you. Take advantage of it because it's going to help prepare you to have a really successful day at practice and camp. Good to go? So that's that. The next thing I want to cover is what do the practice plans look like? There is some confusion on that, and I want to make sure that you guys are understanding these things. So we're going to jump to that real quick. Here we go. All right, practice plans. So you just got a PDF with this. This is the practice plans. All right, in color, this is the blue group. Okay, so today the blue group is on offense. It says offense, blue group. Okay. Practice 2, here's the date. Up here, it tells you what's going to be installed for formations and alignments and stuff. Here are the plays, okay? There's some things that added to this that's going to go in. The coach is going to let you know that is 21 TQ personnel, which is a tailback going to quarterback. Also today is going to go the X tight and X slot. Those things are going to go in as well. Of course, we have F shoot, F hide, those things are going in. The rest of it's pretty self-explanatory in the script. But this is what it looks like. This tells you at 4:30 we will be in a classroom. There will be no come to Jesus meeting today. Hopefully that what I said yesterday resonate with you guys. If not, you're getting your mind right and getting yourself wrapped around what you got to do to be a Cavalier. But then this is the time that we're going to have in the classroom. Gives us time to get ready for pre-practice. A gold, it says right here, gold practice jersey, shorts, cleats, helmet, and mouthpiece. All right, then we're going to go out and snaps and things like this. Here's what you guys understand, and the coach is going to review this too. This is important. Every position group has a ball bag. And so what I'd like to have happen is today, since the blue group's going on offense, you should only go to the offensive black resistant water or water resistant ball bag. In there will be a gold bag for the quarterbacks. It's separate. They know which one's theirs. All right. Then there's going to be a set of blue bags. Those blue bags are labeled O-line tight end, wide receiver, running backs. In there are balls. And the balls that are in there are supposed to be in there when the practice ends. So when we go out there, blue guys, and you guys are warming up today, throwing, working your routes, stay together in a group. What does that mean? If you're running backs, work on catching the ball, work on ball handling, changing the ball in each hand, work on some of your steps together. Keep the balls together. Wide receivers, stay together. Work with the balls that you have, which I think is 2 or 4 balls. I'm not sure. All right. Work with those balls. Work on taking your steps, your routes. Work on your stance and start. Get those balls. Keep them together. And then when we end pre-practice, put the balls back in the bag, and have them ready to go wherever practice will be for you. Okay, maybe pass them off to your coach. Go give the ball back to Coach Payne if you're a running back. Go give the ball back to Coach Leffler if you're a lineman or tight end. Go give the ball back to Coach White or Coach Johnson if you're a running back, a receiver. Quarterbacks, put your balls back in the bag, give them to Coach Hicks. Defensively, the same thing. You'll have a defensive ball bag. You're going to have a black water-resistant ball bag that has gold mesh bags in it for each position group. The same thing on the defense side of the field because gold's going to be over there. All right. And then there's a separate bag that is just for the special team units. Those guys have 3 official balls and a mesh bag, and then they have the Jugs machine balls, which are the cruddy rubber balls that we use for the Jugs machine. They also have their kicking kit. That is theirs. Do not touch it. Do not touch it. Just for the specials. All right? That's what's most important. So know that. And then you'll see that we go to stretch lines, which you guys did a good job listening to those stretch team leaders get you guys lined up. Then we had 4 drills and circuits. We're going to speed that up today. Speed it up so you'll have less break time. All right. Then we'll have blue kickoff return. But this is how it all looks. This is how I read it. Individual, group formations, waggle. So you guys can get your minds right ready to go. Here's conditioning. Okay. So I go to the next thing. This is filled in now. Okay. I just launched this. This is the script for the blue team. Then here's the defense. Look, it's gold. Gold cornerbacks, gold free safeties, gold inside linebackers. Okay. That's what's there. That's the practice plans for the day. All right. So there should be no questions asked about that. If you do, hit up your position coaches today in the meetings to go over that kind of stuff. Now, I've dropped things in the chats, formational stuff, scripts. So these things you can start looking at reviewing. If you see that there's something on there that you don't know, awesome. Because this is stuff that's going to be taught today. So if you're already looking at it and you're getting a general idea of what it looks like on this picture that we sent out or what I wrote down on a script, and you're getting some of it, then we're going to come in well ahead of what the coach is going to instruct. Because the coaches yesterday, I saw them with the offensive line, with the goal group. They just gave you the basics. They didn't even cover the rules. You're out there blocking a front, a picture that's going to change. So you got to understand what your rule is when that picture changes. Okay? Stretch lines. I want to go over that real quick because this is important. And we've kind of got to get better at this, and I know that we will. So let me go ahead and get to that. Okay. All right. Stretch lines. All right. So once again, when we went through this yesterday, I just dropped it. I didn't go through it, but this is the colors represent where you guys should be. Now, guys who are kind of coming in late, who aren't quite in full gear, but they're stretching with us, that's great. You fall into position groups. Trench dogs are all our offensive linemen. Okay, tight ends. These are all of our tight end groups here. These are the running back groups here. So if you don't know where you should be, then you follow along with the positions out there. And then again, this is the tree line over here at the top. Okay, up here is tree line. This is the goal line. And this is where our leadership council lines up. Okay, so that's where you got to be. Now, these colors mean something. And specifically, I want to go over an example, one color. The, I guess you're going to call them this salmon or peaches pink orange group. It says, the leader of this field operation are Stephen Robinson, Keyshawn Cobbs. This group must ensure that the water coolers are brought out and brought in each day. Med bags also must be brought out each day and returned. Coolers must be staged correctly throughout the practice facility. Also responsible to check the gear, shed, and staging areas that everything is organized and placed back in orderly fashion. This group is to bring the speaker boxes out to the field each day. Now, I'm not putting this on Steven and Keyshawn yet. I'm not, because I know the group that they're leading is just figuring this out. But I don't care who you are. I don't care what grade you're in. You are all responsible for this. And so you need to take care of this. I'm going to try to see what a vehicle looks like to help take up the water jugs up to the field. But nevertheless, we should have no less than 2, possibly 3 water jugs out there, and they shouldn't be dropped off at that concrete station. Think about the number of guys who had to refill their water jugs and they ran across the field. They should be somewhere closer to the 2 fields. Preferably, water jug closest to the end zone, between the 2 fields where the daggone bleachers are, and another one between the 2 fields by the tree line. That's where they should go. We don't want to overfill the coolers with too much ice, just enough so that it melts a little bit, and we can add a lot of water. You guys with your jugs, all of you guys with your water jugs can go there and fill them up if you drank all your water. Now, I would tell you this. Fill your waters up at the water fill station in the weight room before going out and hitting the field. Have them full when you show up. The water jugs are filled, your little water container, your big water containers are filled. You go to classrooms, you're drinking, you go to weight room, drinking. Before you go out to the field, fill them up. So that way you don't miss valuable practice time by going over and trying to fill up your jug if we can avoid it. Everybody should have a water jug. If you don't, maybe today the coach is going to remind you of that somehow. All right? That's what you need to do, and that's everybody's responsibility there. As far as the med bags go, Steve and Keyshawn talk to Coach Valentin about what that looks like and what we may need to do. But that's the example of them. I expect everybody in here to read, because every position group outside the tight ends should be gathering cones, the balls, the pads, what will be needed for practice today. Coaches don't need to bring that stuff out. You need to find out from them what they need and start pulling it to your areas. Everybody get that? So that's got to be done. Line tapes. I believe they're still in the field house. The receivers, DB, should bring out the line tapes every day. There's two. There's one set of line tapes that represent the defense. There's one line of tapes that represents the offense. We need to get them out today too. Good to go? This is important. Make sure you go through this. It might be reminded to you later on. Okay? The last thing, and it's a really important thing. Okay, we've talked about being brothers and taking care of one another. I want you guys to know that obviously we care about you, and I love to do things for you guys on an extraordinary level where I can. All right, and so that means that we have to have resources and funding to be able to do that. You know, when we help a guy get to Shepherd Camp because he may not be able to afford everything, or we got to buy extra helmets or nice helmets or extra gear, or we've got to buy those practice jerseys outright so that way we can sell them back to you and all of a sudden ensure that we had enough of them. We ordered 25, 30, 40 of them, and not everybody had to buy one, so we're sitting on practice jerseys. You know, when we give you guys pizza parties, or I buy, refreshments for us to eat on Saturday mornings during our practices and workouts, or when we have the pregame meals, as you guys know are so enjoyable and good, or when we have to buy, new headsets or a sideline replay system gear, or we have to, all these things cost money, guys. Cost money, and we give it back to you. But we have to raise the money. And you guys are responsible for helping with that, period. There is no exceptions to it. And so we're going to get ready to launch our big fundraiser for the fall, which is the Discount Gold fundraiser. You guys, for the most part, are aware of this because you've done it before. If you're ninth graders, you may not have done it before, but I'm going to give you the details of what you need to do, and you need to get this done today. You have time for practice to get it in, get the app on your phone, so that way you maybe even start to sell virtually or on digital to people that can buy the cards through an email. These cards are invaluable. They're the best cards you can get. The incentives and the rewards are all there for you guys. They're going to give you, I'm going to go over that stuff. We're going to go over it right now. But I just got to tell you that there's importance to this. You better be registered today. Get it registered and download your app. I'll be spot checking you guys, see if you have it. So here's what it is. Here we go. So this is what you need to do. Here is the first prize packages, okay? So instead of giving you guys a shirt or something like that, we're going to give you Amazon gift cards. All right, so that's 20 cards sold. You get a $20 Amazon gift card. All right, if you sell 30 cards, you're going to get a $30 Amazon gift card. You sell 40 cards, you're going to get a $50 Amazon gift card. It's just your card to spend it on Amazon, okay? Special bonus, Cowher Football will buy everyone a special t-shirt for those who can sell 16 cards or more. Free. I'm going to get you Under Armour shirt. It's not going to be a cheap one. It's going to be a nice shirt, and it's going to be a special brand on a special logo on it. This is what you got to do to follow, and this is expected that you guys get this done because Friday, tomorrow night at the end of practice, the gentleman who's in charge of this campaign for us is going to come in and tell you guys the in and outs of this program, the ins and outs of buying these cards, selling these cards, and making a good sale. We'll go over that more too tomorrow, but this is what you got to do to get logged on. Now, I already had a Gold Card app. It's on my phone with my app store. And so I just went in there and put this player code in. You might have one too. All right, so if you have the app already, go ahead and hit sign up, log in with your same email, same password. If you don't remember password, click forgot password. Let the password get reset. And then when you log in, you're going to enter this a player code. Select a team. You got to click on Cowherd Football. Click on it. Enter your personal email and choose a password. You got it, guys. All right, so you go through this entire process here. Steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And once you've done that, you're set for today. This is what we got to have done today. I'm looking for 100% of you guys to get that locked in today. So with that, I'm anticipating a great day of practice. The weather's great. We're getting an opportunity to play football. I'm pumped. You should be pumped. I get to see the blue guys on offense. The defensive guys get to see the goal guys. I can tell you the goal guys, you guys smashed it on offense yesterday. I love the energy. I love the effort. I love y'all's attention. We picked up things pretty good. We got a lot of reps off. Defensively, I didn't get to see a whole lot, but from what I can hear from the excitement from the coaches and from Coach Johnson up top, you guys are getting after it too. And shoot, the energy looked good at the end of practice. All right, be mindful of what you need to do, guys. Remember, we are a program to help people who want to get help. Just like you go to a hospital to get healing, if you need it, you go to a church to find God. So, you know what? Cowherd Football is about helping you find the best version of yourself. If you are with us, we're anticipating and expecting that that's where your goals are. So let's continue to keep that trend. Remember that you should be mindful that you are always wearing the blue and gold, and people will recognize you. What you do is not just a reflection on you, it's a reflection on me and your brothers. So let's do it right. I love you. I'm out. Boom.